Okay, and welcome back to the third part in this tutorial. I'm going to continue and move right on to the next part, which is adding these sort of rounded edge rectangles for the body and to hold the additional navigation that we've got there, and some text and contact information and a bit of a footer there. So I'm going to start building this area up. Just going to make sure everything's tidy here. Just going to add sort of be pernickety. Just call these buttons. So we're going to have folders in folders, and I'll leave that capitalized just to save you the tediousness of it all. And we want to create new layer. Then we want to go over to our shape tool here. We're going to left click and hold it down, make sure we've got the rounded tool, and come up to the top here, the settings for the rounded rectangle tool, and in the radius text box here we're just going to change this to about 12 pixels and hit return on the keyboard. Then we're going to just we're going to go to our layers panel first and get a very light blue to our background, making sure we've got the background selected and our colour picked. I'm going to press Alt and backspace on the keyboard, which has coloured the whole of the background. Select our new layer that we created with the rectangle tool, rounded rectangle tool selected. I'm going to start up here. We don't have to get this exactly right for the time being, we can surely move them around. And I'm going to release that. Oh damn, left my background colour as blue. Just going to change that to oh god, I want a white in there. Okay, we have white. And with that selected, I'm going to double click on the layer here in this area, bringing up our layer style dialog box. I'm just going to check the drop shadow and add a drop shadow. Feel free to play around with the settings. I'm going to accept the default settings there for the time being. And okay, close this up. And I'm making sure we've got our rectangle tool selected again. And I'm going to draw out another rounded rectangle, leaving some space for our contact information there and footer at the bottom. And you can see Photoshop's with the option selected up here as add shape layer and add new layer. Photoshop's added our layer for us. I'm going to draw out our third rounded rectangle, and you can see that we're having our style applied to each rectangle that we draw out now automatically. If you don't want that, you can come up to the top here and select the open dialog box and select that and no style. I'm going to leave it as it is at the moment because it seems to be quite useful. I'm going to drag out the fourth and final part of our body and release that. I'm going to name these layers accordingly, not like that though. Double click on the text, try again, footer, and contact, then I want content and menu. I'm just going to go over to here to save on time, and with my type tool selected, I'm going to click in here and pinch this text from here and come over here and press Ctrl V to paste that, and Ctrl and enter, and I'm going to press V on the keyboard, select the move tool, and with the text selected and control click on the shape layer to select that, I'm going to come up to the top here and center those, which will give us the text that we've added in the center of the shape layer there. Again, I'm going to come over to our original document or canvas with the type tool selected. I'm going to highlight this. Nope. Press Control A there to select all of that. That seems a bit easier. And close that off. And with the type tool selected again, I'm going to just add this, actually Control Enter, drag that out to give us a rough size, and then Control V, I don't know why that didn't work last time I've done it for some reason. I'm just going to press Control V. Oh. And Control Return to accept that. And this was the problem before, I believe. I've got it. Select that. I've got black, set to black, and menu. Right, yeah, this was the problem. I'll get there in the end. And we want, it's the text was below the actual shape, so there we go. Oh. And I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here, kind of doing this a little bit back to front. Let's change that there, and I'm going to select the type tool again and click on there. I'm going to just push up the size a little bit and type out about, and pressing V on the keyboard, just drag that in line a little bit. Then I'm going to, using the rectangle marquee tool, again there's possibly a better way to do this. I'm going to add a new layer above the about text and just drag out a very thin line there, and making sure that we've got the right colour selected this time. Just going to use black for the time being, and with the layer selected, press Alt backspace to fill that, and press Control D to deselect, and that's given us our line that we want. I'm going to press V on the keyboard and just nudge this down a little bit, and press Control 0 to zoom back out. Okay, it's not looking bad. I'm not going to mess around with the details for now. You're getting the idea. And also, I'm just going to rename. What does go wrong when you're recording? Maybe about under line. I feel like the pressure's really on to keep this video short. I noticed the comment in Ree's Love that the video was only 7 minutes long. It was quite good. We're getting a little bit disorganized, but content, so we've got that, and we want to go to our close that up, close that, about underline, about text. I want to go to our contact shape. Okay guys, this is all getting too much for me. I've just tried to organise these a little bit better because it was getting a bit confusing trying to keep track of them. So I've put each section, a content, menu and contact and the footer in its own folder there, or group. We're going to deal with the contact now, so I'm going to just scroll down, and in the content folder there I'm going to select this and Control J to duplicate. I'm going to drag it up to the contact folder and pressing Control T on the keyboard. Going to reduce the size of that, pressing Shift to restrain it, and then Shift and using the arrow keys to drag across. I'm going to just narrow that, shorten it a little bit further. Then I'm going to select the contact layer pressing enter on the keyboard to select that. Press the contact on the shape layer there and just move that up just slightly. Need to just drag this underline above that so we can see that. Okay, now we drag this horizontal line across and put it in its place by resizing it, making sure we're in the contact folder. We're going to select the type tool and come up to the top here, click in roughly where we want that. Just going to type contact and Control Enter, press V on the keyboard and just move this down using the cursor keys. And okay, I'm just going to zoom in on that a little bit and drag that over, pressing the space bar if you don't know about that. And I'm going to again go back and just with the type tool selected, to Control A, Control C to copy that, and Control and Return to close that down again. And I click about here, press Control V to paste that in, then Control Return on the keyboard to accept the changes. Okay, damn, we've passed the 10-minute mark. I'm going to stop there, guys, sorry.